Hey, good day, welcome to this submission video for ESA Winter 2019. I'm Blue and I will be going through Celeste All Hearts. Just gonna preface this, as an estimate is concerned, this run of All Hearts that I'm going through right now is far from optimal. I still have a lot of devs to work out, a lot of strats to go in and practice, but I thought it would be a cool category to show nonetheless, and with the time between now and the event, I'm sure that I'll be able to take this time down to hopefully around an hour and 20 minutes in-game time, which should be 90 minutes in total if you take loading and all the extra things. At least that's the goal time I'm going for right now. So I'm gonna expect, you know, a bunch of imperfections here, but it should be cool to see nonetheless, as All Hearts is the perfect, almost perfect category next to any percent if you're not going for the berries. And that is because in All Hearts we do not complete all the A sides, but we just get the hearts and move out. And thus this is mainly a B and C side focused speedrun. So, you know, I have any percent showing the A sides, and then All Hearts showing the core, the 8th level, and all the B sides, and then together you have a pretty good picture of all the levels, minus the berries, of course. So let's just hop in and talk through what's happening. So of course we cannot skip prologues, sadly. Some people wish we could skip prologue, so we're just gonna jump and climb here. And that's all we can do for now. And every time I jump, it's a couple of frames faster than walking, so I'm just gonna try to jump a lot. And that's only at the start of your jump, so. But we're gonna get our dash eventually. Around here, actually. And now we can start conserving the dash momentum into our movement and go much faster. So whenever you cancel a dash with a jump, you gain the dash momentum, but get extra height or speed. And by just dashing and then jumping, it's called a dash jump, and you get some speed and some height. However, if you do a diagonal dash and then you jump, you get a hyper dash, which goes even faster, but lower in speed, lower in height. And you also have a wall bounce right there, where if you dash up along a wall, that was not what I wanted. You dash up along a wall, you can, and then wall jump, you can maintain that momentum and keep going even further. Almost got that reverse here. So in chapter 1, you're gonna see a little bit of more chapter 1 than normally, and that's because we're gonna get the heart, which is over here. Ugh. Damn it, I did it wrong. Anyway. So there's a secret here where you have to do the combination that this puzzle gives you in the right order. Of course we just we know what it is. And we get the first heart. So something else you can do with the dash is do a hyper, but then delay your dash by 10 to 15 frames. And by doing that, you still get the full cancelled momentum, but you actually stay long enough on the ground to regain your dash. So it sometimes looks you have 2 dashes if you do it that way, and we call that an extended dash. So the hearts in this game are like super hidden mysteries that you have to find, and that are almost the ultimate collectible in the game. And the other thing for the heart is the cassette tape. And you use the cassette tape to unlock the B side. So the thing what separates this run from all chapters is that you don't actually have to complete the A sides, because there is a bug in the game where if you complete a B side, the next A side is unlocked. So we can just grab the heart and the tape and move on. And now we're in 1B. And you can see, you know, it's already becoming a lot more difficult. I'm gonna try to... I think I need my dash there. So let's make sure I have my dash. There we go. There we go. So now the traffic blocks in the B side will actually be used. So there's a good time to talk about each mechanic and how it works. Ah, missed it. We're gonna need do some neutral wall jumps here in order to conserve our stamina. To still scale the wall even though we don't have stamina. So yeah, if there's multiple Celeste runs, which I'm not, you know, not even sure because we're not sure how it works. I think you should do this one last, since it has the most, the levels are the hardest, so it's better to have a grasp of the overall mechanics of the game before jumping into this. However, I do think this is one of the cooler categories since it allows you to do the B-sides. We're gonna do a try to get to this block without using our dash, so that we can skip this upper part of the section here. It's quite tight. Some stamina management as well, but we made it. So yeah, these traffic blocks, they go along their zipper, and then you can use their momentum to launch yourself. And I barely clipped the spike there, that was unfortunate. So this category is obviously a little bit longer, and that means there's more room for a little bit of downtime since the levels take slightly longer to complete. I needed my dash there? That actually makes sense. I kind of forgot that I needed my dash. There we go. Good thing this isn't the first time I'm doing B-sides. That would be awkward. Just haven't done the category much. Of course completed the B-sides and all that myself. But yeah, 1B is really cool, in my opinion. You can actually get to see the traffic blocks in action for once. You know, that doesn't always happen. There's also some cool strats that I'm not even doing yet, that are, in my opinion, just slightly too complicated. And that was a weird death, because you can see here, actually, if I move into the direction of the spikes, I don't get hit by them, but I dashed there right when I was on the spikes. Meaning that I didn't go in the direction of the spikes anymore, and they just instantly killed me. And this room is causing me issues, and I have no idea why. This isn't a hard room. There we go. This room, however, is a real doozer. There we go. And we're at the end. So the end of the B-sides always have a, you know, this cassette timing based thingy. And there we go, that's 1B. So we're gonna repeat this pattern throughout all the levels. We're gonna collect the heart and the cassette tape in the A side, which is hidden, but in the B side there's only a heart, which is always at the end of the level, because these are the challenge levels. And many mechanics of the A side will of course be repeated in the B side, but usually more difficult. So now moving into chapter 2. This one uses a cool mechanic right off the bat, because you can regain your dash off of screen transitions. What that allows you to do is, we're gonna scale this wall here. I said we're gonna scale the wall. Go through the transition, get our dash back from the transition, and get the heart that's here. So the way casual players get this heart is after at the end of the chapter, it turns out that we're dreaming right now. I should probably restart the chapter, but we're already here, so it's fine. And then the heart is locked off, and it's hinted that you can only do it in a dream. So you have to do it in this dream sequence. So now in order to get the tape, we need to activate the dream blocks. But after that, we're out of here. We don't need to do anything else in chapter 2. So now the dream blocks are activated, and you can dash through them and jump out of dream blocks. And after that, you get your dash back, which is really neat. So they generally make you just feel like you're going fast. Ah, I was too slow. I was too slow again. Okay, we're not gonna go for that cycle then. There we go, we got the tape. And we're out. So the dream blocks play a bigger role in the B-side. Because you can jump out of them, but if you time it right, you can actually jump twice out of dream blocks. And that allows you to get extra speed as these jump speeds add together. And we're gonna use that to cross some large gaps, because this is actually the level where they teach you to jump out of dream blocks, which is right here. The bird teaches you, but they don't teach you that you can do it twice. And if I do it right, you can actually hear 2 jump sounds. I haven't gotten it yet. That was 1 jump. That was 2. You could hear it. That was a nice wall bounce there. So now we're gonna get into a Badline chase part, because this didn't happen in chapter 2. I'll explain how it goes. Basically, Badline here is chasing me. It's chasing my exact movements on a 3-second delay. So we're gonna have to go smart. Nice, I got it. Ah, misposition. There we go. Oh god, that was funny. So this is the normal strat where I grab that crystal and go along like that, but that was kind of slow. Nice little thing here, you can get your dash back there. Skip the left part of that level. And more Badline cycles here. There we go. So there's a way to skip these coins, but I'm not confident in that at this moment. But I think you know, if this gets accepted, I'll go for that at least once. And I had a strat here, but I'm not doing it. There we go. So now we're just gonna see a bunch of spikes, but thankfully we have our good buddies, the dream blocks, to help us out. Let's see if I can get the corner jump here. Because you can actually climb jump on this very corner of the spikes here. I'm gonna try to get it. There it is. And then I actually have to, you know, do the rest of the room as well. Alright, one more and then we're not gonna do it anymore. Perfect, that's the one move where I get it. That always happens. So yeah. Even more in this category than any percent, deaths just add up after a while. So you really gotta practice a lot of these B-sides. And as of the moment of this video, I don't have all the B-sides like fully practiced yet. I'll add that, but of course I'm planning to make this my main category once I'm done with any percent, so that was a nice wallbout strat at the end to get the fast cycle in that room. And we completed 2B. But yeah, I want this to be my main category after I'm done with any percent, which, depending on how the submissions go, is gonna happen sooner rather than later. So now on to chapter 3. Chapter 3 is the cycle-based chapter with dust creatures that just move around and don't really care that you're there. They just, you know, they're on their own happy little business. And whenever you respawn in a room, your respawn animation takes enough time to disrupt the cycles. And So then everything is off cycle, and we call that a death cycle. So as you can see here, I'm resetting the room to get the entry cycle of entering the room, because then I can do this. There we go, very nice. So the heart and cassette tape are a little bit deeper into the level. So this first part is just like any percent, where we just go through the level as quickly as we can. And of course, yeah, that's basically it. You also have this floor that becomes a spike or a hazard the moment you touch it. But if you can see there, I could actually jump on it a second time because I was quick enough. Because it's just a set amount of time after you touch it for the first time where it becomes a spike. And you have to leave the floor as well. So just grabbing some keys here. Doing some nice extended hypers here to cross that gap without needing the gem. Good thing I have the key on death, so we can keep going. That was kinda, yeah. So now we're entering huge mess. There's three paths we can choose from. And after you do the path, that respective book or box or towel, they will all disappear in all the paths. And the path we choose here is purely dependent on how close we are to Mr. Oshiro in the hub world, the hub section, because we have to talk to him in order to open up the doors for us to choose our next destination. So you basically always see everyone take the same route. I have to do the death cycle here, it's kind of annoying. So now the books will disappear and we will end up right next to Mr. Oshiro. So we can talk to him. There we go, now we can move on. So in a room or two, you'll actually see something interesting, which is the crystal heart right here. So how do you get there, you think? Well, if you're looking around in the sections, you actually find a path that probably leads to the heart, which is in the towel section. But the weird thing is, the heart is in the towel section, but you also need to have the towel section completed in order to get the heart. So that means there's a secret path from the towel section after clearing it to go to the heart, because the entrance is blocked after you clear it. So as you can see there, the upper area was blocked. So we need to, there's a secret path that we are gonna use here to find the heart. And I always liked how well hidden this is. And what you'd have to do in order to get back. So here we are in the towel section. And we just exit right here. Because we need to go back to the entrance where there's now a piece of towels gone, so we can actually move along. Just wait for this kind of annoying cycle. Some of these cycles on the way back are kind of annoying. There you go, because it's up here, but there were towels blocking our way, but not anymore. So now we have the heart. And then we move along. So in any percent, you might have heard about a demo dash technique that you can use to skip 12 seconds in this subsection. However, we need the cassette tape for the B-side. And it just so happens that the section you'd skip with the demo dash is... I misdashed there, misinputted. That section is actually where the... It happened again. What? What's happening with my fingers? Thank you. That section is actually where the cassette tape is, so we can't use that skip. Taking a little bit safe here. So far this has been pretty slow for my standards, but oh well. So we have to go down here and do some nice hyper dashes here. And go to the tape room. There we go. We got the tape. And now that we have heart and tape, we are out of here. I'm going to the B-side. So the B-side can be as short as 3 minutes, but I'm not practiced enough in it yet. So we'll see, but it looks really annoying because of there's just more. Just imagine the A side, but now with more dust bunnies and a more annoying platforming. Some stamina management here. Easy enough, and it already starts. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, play it safe here. Actually, I think I can make that. I can. Cool. There we go. And there we go. So yeah, it's just navigating a lot of dust bunny cycles here and avoiding and mostly staying calm, as I didn't there. Just having a strategy to go for and keeping your head cool. I'm actually gonna grab this lower one first since it's more annoying. Damn it. This room is really annoying, actually. It's kind of a rough room. Because that, especially this lower bunny with the trampoline, with the spring, just likes to mess up your day. Just gonna get our dash back here and then die. Like a dum-dum. Damn it. Ugh, yeah, this room is kind of difficult for now. There we go. Alright. Made it. This room is actually not as bad as it looks. Yeah. I'm forced to eat my words there. It's kind of funny. Let's see, this is just, yeah, this is all part of learning the cycles, which is why I'm not proficient with it yet. This is just plain old practice that I'm still missing. What? I had that, come on. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit embarrassing, not gonna lie. I dashed too late. Come on. How is this room so hard suddenly? Thank you. So this one can be quite annoying, but just have to navigate them. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. I have a really safe strat here. We just wait for the bunny and then climb over. It's like super safe, but it works. Some wall jumps here. Some death by dust bunnies, apparently. Some more tight wall jumping here. Nice wall bounce there to skip a bit. So these dash refresh crystals also give you your stamina back. which is greatly appreciated in these screens. Because otherwise it can be quite annoying to navigate. There we go. Okay, we're making better progress now. And we're now at the final part, which is the Oshiro section. So, this is just the Oshiro fight of chapter 3A on steroids. So he locks onto your position and then charges in. But you can bop on his head. And if you do that, you actually gain your stamina back. Which is really nice. And your dash as well. Alright, so there's a section here where basically you have to dash out of the way. But you can do really short hyper dashes if you're proficient at it. Barely made it. There we go, and now we're in the final room of the level. If I can wait for the right cycle. There we go. Okay, that was weird. So again, a timing based cycle. And there was dust there. That was a mistake. That was a bad. There we go. And that's chapter 3B. So there were a bunch of deaths early on. As you can see, this level's actually shorter than you'd think. Again, it's not yet in the B-sides that I've rigorously gone through, but I want to get through them all anyway, so just gonna continue. Now in chapter 4 we have these bouncy clouds that are like trampolines. These green bubbles that basically act like a dash. Come on. And there's wind, which is, you know, it's it pushes you around like wind. Oh, missed the strat here. That's still fine. So the cassette is actually right here. I didn't make it. So we have to go up there. So we're just gonna have to use the clouds to get us over here. Not in this berry room, but in the next room where the cassette is. There we go. And we get the cassette. So the cassette is quite early on in the level, thankfully. So now we just have to go back to here. And play out the rest of the level like normal until we get to the heart. But good for us, the heart is actually really close. It's right here. And there's a game reference here. I don't know if everyone has ever played Mario 3. You duck on this block until you go into the background, where you can now climb this background wall and get to the heart. There we go. That's the A side for chapter 4. And so the B side is the perfect moment for donations, because there's a bunch of auto-scroller type levels, type rooms here. That just, yeah, like this one. Well, this isn't really auto-scrolling, but they're long and slow. So we have plenty of time to, you know, talk about life, contemplate our existence. while I die on a random spike in 4B. Slight faster strat here if I just break this block. And then keep my dash and break this block, I don't have to go up. And here's the first auto-scroller. I jumped too early. So any death here is extremely slow. Like that was 10 seconds for one mistake. And that's another 10 for another mistake, so yeah. This level might take a while or is really short depending on how good you are at it. What? I don't know. There we go. But wait, there is more. You thought that was the only auto-scroller? Nah. This really is the auto-scroller B-side. And I heard you like wind. Excuse me? Thankfully we can hyper across there to save some time. Let me just walk and see what I can do. There we go. More, and now upwards auto-scroller. These can be annoying because your jump height is higher and you need some stamina management with this. For example, I need to go to the left here and now back to the right. But that wasn't too bad. I missed the cycle there. Good thing that Death Cycle hits the spring. But apparently I missed the bubble there. Again? Okay, that's kind of annoying, but... Now, compared to any percent, you have a little bit more time to explain everything here. And if there's anything I missed here, we will have some top tier Celeste runners at the couch. I need my dash here. In the couch to explain some extras for us. There we go. We need our dash here to combat the wind. And this is one of the more annoying rooms of this chapter, like in my opinion. So I'm gonna take it safe here. So we need to jump around that spike, and that's just the most annoying thing on this entire planet. Okay, that was a weird death. Nah, I wouldn't say weird. I was kind of not so smart, you know what I mean? There we go. More auto-scrollers. There is a way to skip this. I actually saw Babai skip this. But I haven't looked into it, so we're gonna do the safe way and then die on a spike. It's something like this. But yeah, we're not gonna try it. Because we're gonna try to finish this with the fastest time. And that's something I would do in practice. So there at least is something to make this room go slightly quicker. But it's still slow. That's not gonna work. So now we need this upwards. I guess this arrow block is what I forgot. You can... There's open panels here. And we can grab on that panel to to change its direction. I missed it again. like this, so we can change its direction. But I need it to be on the other side there. Why can I not do this? There we go. Alright, made it. Cool. And something else you can do with the bubbles is if you actually press dash, that needs to be diagonal. If you press dash, you launch the bubble earlier than it normally would, because if I wait, for example, there, the bubble will go later. But you can let the bubble go early by dashing. So here the wind is gonna try to psych us out by going from on to off. There we go. That was a sneaky wind cycle. And here we have some cloud levels where if you hold jump, then you actually gain more height after jumping off the cloud. And that was the worst death in this room. The very last one, obviously. So you have to hold, jump, and then move across. And they're kind of tight. You have to jump at the very highest point of the cloud, which is kind of annoying if you're used to Kirby. Because in Kirby you always jump when the cloud is at its lowest point, but here you have to jump when it's at its highest. Alright. So there is a skip for this level. However, you know. Can I enter the bubble? We're gonna just grab all the coins. And take my sweet time doing so. Because otherwise I'm just gonna brain fart all over the place. As I'm already doing, actually. Okay. There, that's what I have to do. Oh no! So this is another slow room. If you fail, you're just sad for eternity. There we go. Made it. Okay, so we're getting close to the end, actually. Thankfully. As I'm... What? What? This is kind of getting annoying. And we're in the cassette room. Okay, we're taking it safe here. Oh, I went too early. And there we go. So still quite slow. But yeah, that's 4B. A few mistakes really slow you down in this chapter. So, onto chapter... And just 40 deaths is still too much for that. But onto chapter 5. So chapter 5 is the maze kind of and story chapter. But of course, since, you know... it's a maze with a known layout that doesn't change. We know the solution and know which way to go. So if you want to see the full chapter 5, you probably need to watch All Red Berries, since every dead end basically has a berry. We're gonna do a nice reverse there. That I got a dash jump there, weird enough. So I can dash left, and then if I jump to the right, I still maintain all that dash momentum, but then to the right instead of to the left. So you can basically reverse the direction of your hyper, which is why it's called a reverse. There's also a corner boost there, where if you do a climb jump at the top 3 pixels of a corner, you vault over the corner like leapfrog style almost. and that's called a corner boost. And such a corner boost is actually used in this next screen, if I get the strat. And I didn't get the corner boost, but that would have been a really cool strat. And it's called the yeet. So in this next section of the maze is where we'll deviate from any percent. Because we need to go get a key. So normally you're required to get this key to progress in the Mirror Temple. However, there's actually a dev intended shortcut that you can take that skips the key, the usage of the key. However, that doesn't mean that the key is useless, as there's actually a different use for the key, which we need for the heart. So now we got the key for the heart, and now we're gonna go get the cassette tape, which is up, which means we need to open a door up here. Damn it, almost got the strat. Already opened the door, what am I doing? So normally there's a berry here, but we don't care about berries. We go to the cassette tape. And there we go, that's the cassette. So now we're gonna go get the heart. And I'll show you why we need this key in the first place. So there's a dev intended shortcut here, which skips a door with a key hole. So we can keep this key. And there's the door. We skip that. So now we're back on the any percent route. So you might recognize this room for any percent with these red bubbles. And the thing that the cycle-based hazard. But we can go down here, and there's a door here that we need the key for. And there is a way to do a faster way for this room. However, I'm not proficient with it yet, so we're not doing it yet. That's how simple it is. I thought I was gonna get crushed. And there's the heart. Alright, on to the B-side, which is actually this B-side, if you do grab the tape in any percent, and then do this B-side, you can actually save time compared to just completing the A side in any percent, because you don't have to complete the A side to go to the next chapter. So yeah, more red bubbles. These go as indefinitely until you either hit a wall or dash out of them. As you can see me dash out of them a lot. There is these dash blocks that move when you dash, and you can use their momentum to keep going. So here's another maze section. I'm only gonna get one key, as I'm gonna use some speed tech to skip the necessity for the second key. If you're really good, and which only like a few people are, you can even skip this key with a really tight corner boost in the room that we'll be flying through with this bubble. So let's see, in this room there's a way to keep your dash all the way to the end and then corner boost here to get to this part and skip the usage of the key. Can I get there? Thank you. So let's see if I can get these cycles. Nice. Ah, close. I'm not gonna get this cycle now. Alright, so we don't need this bubble here because we can do a reverse wave dash there. A reverse wave dash while getting our dash back. This dash block is kind of annoying because I don't want to hit the spring the second time. I want to do this. And then not hit my head on the spike. That would be nice. There we go. And here we're gonna do what's called a spike jump. I'm gonna wall jump off the corner below the spike. There we go. And if I go in the same direction as the spike, that spike won't kill me, as I said previously. So we can actually use that to skip the necessity for the second key. So we're now in some maze section with some bubbles and a bunch of spikes. And now we'll be going through the mirror into the second half of the temple. So this is a long room where you have to fall down and hit some switches. Let's see if we can actually get it. There we go. And now we're gonna meet up with the Seekers. So these chase our X and Y position and just chase us down. However, as you could see, I did this wrong. We can bop on their head, which gives our dash back, and their explosion activates coin blocks. But there's also something else we can do with the explosion, as I really like that strat. Let's see if we can get. We didn't get the this, but now we need to do a backup. There we go. And in this room, I'm gonna show you something else that you can do with the Seeker explosion. Oh, I didn't get it. Alright, we're gonna have to retry because that messed up. So this explosion actually can launch you. And it gives you your dash back. So if I do this right, which I hope I will in this try. There we go, we can fly across like that. I didn't get my momentum. So that was that part, and now we're into Theo. So you can gain big momentum with Theo if you do a hyper and then immediately another down diagonal dash known as an ultra. And then pick him up mid-dash, mid-ultra, before you hit the ground. So you actually keep that ultra momentum, because Theo does some weird stuff with your body. So now we're gonna have to open. This is called the Seeker Gauntlet usually. Ah, and I died at the very end of the gauntlet. That's kind of bad. So what I tried to do there was to open get the lock to be hit by Theo when I threw him. Because we need to throw him around because we're really slow if we just walk. That's annoying. Oh dang, that was so much momentum actually. There we go. So this is some tight Theo movement that we have to do here. And this next room is clearly impossible. I mean, how are you gonna do this? Oh. That's how. And that's actually the end of 5B. So 5B is quite short as well. And as you can see, I've actually been practicing this a little more. So this should be a nice gold split. 2 minutes. So yeah, that's 5B. It's a really cool level. And especially if you want to go fast in any percent, it's worth having to learn because it's actually a route difference that you can have. Now on to chapter 6, we have some new mechanics. Of course, we have feathers, which allow full range movement. And whenever you turn more than a certain amount of degrees per frame, you actually get slowed down. So this is the only part where joystick players have an advantage. And in the controller display you can actually see me using the joystick for feathers only. That was Lake Skip, where you have 3 pixel window to do a wall bounce underneath the spikes to skip having to grab one of our lovely Kevin blocks. So yeah, meet the Kevin blocks. These, whenever you dash into a blue side, that will turn bright blue, and then they will keep charging in that direction until they either hit a wall or go to their max charge limit, which you will never reach except for one room. And whenever they hit a wall, they trace their exact path back to where they begin. So, but we're gonna use those in the B side, as this is as far as the A side is concerned, because we're gonna find some secrets here. this being one of them. Oh, I see. Oh, that's annoying. There we go. Made it to the tape. So now I have the tape, and the heart is actually, this is considered the most difficult to solve heart in the entire game. First we're gonna do some neutral wall jumps here. So whenever I jump, I'm not holding any direction, and this allows me to go back to the wall while actually gaining height. There we go, so we can go up here faster than the normal way. So if you know the solution to the first heart, it's basically the same, but now, let's see. You now have to redo that combo and then reverse something. So you either change the right to left, or you change up to down. And in the end you have to do both. And if you do all combinations, you get the heart. And we're going to 6B. One of the harder parts. But I've actually been going through 6B a little bit, and it's going better. But mostly, the pinball bumpers that we're about to see are really brutal in this sub-chapter. Because you need pretty, like, they work like pinball bumpers, so where if you hit them you get sent that way. However, sometimes you need quite pretty tight locations to hit them. You know, and that would be fine. And here they are, by the way. That would be totally fine, but the main annoying part is they actually wiggle a little bit, and that does matter. That's the most annoying part of the bumpers, in my opinion. Cool strat here, where we don't use the Kevin block. Very nice. So yeah, we're gonna be using these pinball boys a lot. For better or worse. Oh, I hit my head. That's too bad. That strat was actually going really well. Save me, bumper. Okay. And I still died. That's what I mean with the bumpers, by the way. They're just really finicky. There we go. Got my strat. Actually got the full strat. It's really nice. So now we're gonna combine these Kevin blocks with some feathers. So this is all about keeping pace, because we have to keep reusing this guy. And that's weird. That didn't activate him, because my dash ended it right before I touched him. That was kind of weird. There we go. Alright. So did we make it in time? Yes, but I died to a spike because I'm a dum-dum. There we go. And now we're at the end. So that was the first part of this level. Now we're gonna go to a series of falling down sections who really speak for themselves. So this should be like a perfect time for more donations or just general information about Celeste. Because we're just trying to not die here while falling down a lot. And other than that, other than me missing a wall jump there isn't really that much interesting in this section. Other than just, you know, platforming goodness that is Celeste. Or that bumper can be really annoying if you miss it barely. Good thing I got it. So this is all about knowing when to use your dash. You can't use it too early. Here, Yep, I skipped a little bit there. You gotta wait for that Kevin block to stop, otherwise you'll just get flung into the spikes. It's kind of annoying. Here you gotta keep your dash all the way through the end, where you need it here. Damn it. There we go, and there should be one more. Yep, this is the last room of falling down. Then we'll go into the Badline fight. So in the normal chapter 6, there's a story-related Badline boss fight where, well, you basically have to see what you'll see what you have to do. You have to chase Badline down while avoiding her attacks. But this room, these last few gaps are really tight in my opinion. And it can be really annoying to barely squeeze through. And there I misinputted a dash, which was unfortunate. There we go. Oh yeah, well this room, but this one is not falling down. This is just some misinputting dashes because I'm a dummy. Like, this shouldn't be hard. Here we go. And now we're into the fight. So we have to hit her. She has lasers and energy balls to throw at us. Good thing we usually know how to combat it. There's some ways you can do this faster. I misused my dash there. I had to avoid the laser there. So if you're the Tash, you can do this without the feather, but I'm not the Tash, so, you know, the more you know. Here we have to hit all the coin switches while using our feather in a smart way. So you have to go around, grab these coins, and then move along like this. Those are quite tight turns actually. You can be very finicky. Oh, that was a weird buffered wall jump actually. What the F? Okay. And these are also very long rooms if you noticed. So dying here is really punishing. That was weird. That was weird as well. There we go, that's better. There we go. And just more parts of the fight that look really cool. The B-side music is really good. Damn it. I need a better strat for that actually. Yeah, because that doesn't work for me. Yet. Alright, we'll take it a little bit slower. So you can actually do some cool stuff with the bumper here. There we go. Just like that. And we can skip the coins here. Like this. So there's 1 or 2 more rooms to go. You saw me do a neat ultra strat there. Shite. Shaloof. We're gonna do a reverse extended hyper there into ultra. So again, Ultra is just where you do another down diagonal dash after hyper, because the weird thing with diagonal dashes is that your speed is actually uncapped if you do that. Ah, I thought I had it there. Yeah, this room is still giving me a lot of issues. Just the laser cycle. What? The laser cycle being annoying. I'm gonna wait for the laser to go by here. Same here. There we go. Alright, and now in the last room of the fight. Very long once again. With the kind of annoying laser cycle. With the ziggity zaggity a bit here. And then your favorite friend, bumpers. And by favorite I mean not so favorite. Come on. Ugh. How did I'm not sure. I always got this first try, like the past few tries. No, that was it. That was the end. Yeah, this room is extremely long, if you couldn't tell. Here we go. So one more room to go and then we're done with 7B. Oh. I thought I had that. And there we go. Just over 10 minutes for the chapter, and this can go down to 6 if I do even better. You can see I already did much better than my previous time in this chapter. Alright. So coming up, I was still 36 deaths actually. Coming up to Summit. Summit is the culmination chapter basically, where you have to redo everything. And after chapter 6 we got a second dash in 6A by leveling up. So now we have 2 dashes. And Summit's heart is a bit different than the other hearts, because in order to unlock this heart you need to collect the gem in each sub area, of which there are 6. 6 representing all previous 6 chapters, of course. So as you can see, this is a chapter 6 redo, but now with 2 dashes. And this is the longest chapter in any percent by far, and even longer if you want to get the gem, because that gem is hidden right here. So that's the first of 6 we need before we move on. So now we get into the reskin of chapter 1 again. As in the story in chapter 6 we actually fell down the mountain. And now we're gonna climb it up with our new determination. Even though, you know, jokes about determination. So here's where our route deviates already from any percent. There we go, we made it. Because we have to go up here. So we need to get a gem. The gem which is right here. Okay. We can get the dash crystal. That would be nice. So now we just complete this section as normal. Which still looks pretty cool if you ask me. And then we'll be moving on to the next part of Summit, which is 1000 meter. And also the numbers of the meters from going from 0 to 3000. That's actually a reference to the Pico 8 version, or like mini test version of Celeste, where you would go from 0 to 3000 meters to complete the game. Alright, let me remember where. So the dream blocks are back, but now we hyper dash out of them. You could always do that. However, since we have a second dash, now we can actually use that second dash to re-enter the next dream block. Which, you know, would be kind of awkward if you did these hypers and then you couldn't be able to enter the next dream block. So that was one. Was that here? I thought it was here. No, it's not. It's in the next section, actually. It's up here. Yep. So this one is quite hidden, because it's really easy to miss, and after that you can't go back unless you retry in the room. That one is very sneaky. There we go. We got the gem. So now we're just gonna do some more dream hypers. And that's what happens if you miss the hyper. You cannot just down diagonal dash to your demise. So they're basically an optimization for the higher level runners. So in 1500 there's actually a little bit more than just the gem for the heart to collect. Because the cassette tape is in this section. Dang it. And the death cycle, and this is really annoying. I forgot what I wanted. I forgot my strat in that room actually. Wow, that was a brain fart. I forgot it again. Come on, me. There we go. That was what you wanted to do. So the cassette tape is in this room. I don't know what that was. And there we go, that's the cassette. So now we have the B-side unlocked. But we still have to complete the section, of course, because there's more. We still need hearts. It's not called all hearts for nothing. We need to collect the hearts. Ultra room here, very cool. We're actually gonna go down here. To get this gem. See, nice cycle here. Get it? You do. And on to 2000. So this is chapter 4 again. And the gem actually is here, requiring that you make it across. So there's a hidden platform here. And then the gem is here. Neatly hidden. And we take this block to the exit. And you actually use this screen transition to take this hidden path, but in any percent we use a clever wall bounce to not have to go through the screen transition. That was a corner F, or a corner yikes, because the F is an expletive. You can imagine which one that is, I would assume. And it's also called an accidental wall kick, because I wanted to jump off the platform, but I was slightly too late with my jump, and thus I did a wall jump instead of the corner. And that basically loses you all your momentum. It's really annoying. Because, you know, we want to keep going fast, so we need our precious momentum. Almost done with this subsection. Got some nice skips here. On to 2500. So this one is hidden quite cleverly actually. You need this bubble to go left. And then you need this bubble to go all the way right. And we're in for a ride here. We'll just keep going. Keep it going. Nope, we're not there yet. Now we're there. That's awkward. Holy F, that's awkward. That I barely missed the button there. And then my dash input got eaten. That was really unfortunate. Let's hope that we can actually just do this for safety. Alright. So now that we have all 6 gems, we just need to go to the Place of Heart collection, which is at the very start of 3K. So we should be almost getting there. There we go. Here's the infamous door skip that we're gonna skip because I don't like losing time over a very small time save. As we're almost there. As we enter 3K. And it's at flag 28, if you're wondering, so it's right here. Do the cutscene. And that's Pink Sunrise. That's the summit. But now time for the B-side, which is one of the funnest, but also hardest B-sides. Most fun. Funnest. I don't think funnest is a word. But yeah. This is just the normal summit, but then on steroids. As you can see already. So I'm gonna need to focus here in order to get through. So I'm not expecting like many speed strats, because I'm just trying to not die and be a dummy. Which you know, if you're watching what's happening right now, that's already happening. So yay for that. I hold left there, so I went against the momentum, which got me to death. So you can actually skip that spring, but alright. So let's see. And this is just really rough. Or no, not rough, it's just hard. How did I not get the spring there? Interesting. Intra-spring. But these sections are actually shorter than you might think. But it's just that people die so much that this level just seems long. Because this is only like 6 screens. So the world record for this chapter is actually quite short. Shorter than you might think. I got the camera transition there. There we go. So that's the first section. And there's no cutscenes here anymore, because this is the B-side. B-side isn't always canon. There we go. Was a bit too low there. I was at a good height, but I didn't dash right. Alright. Oh man. That was just greedy for me not doing a diagonal dash to make sure I was in the right position. Almost a cheese here. Ah, I didn't do a neutral there. So yeah, if no, like the world record for this subsection, for this chapter, makes this level look really easy, but I hope you believe me if I say it's not. It's not easy whatsoever. There we go. We can maybe make this. No, we can't. Hello? Can I... That's so weird. I just want to grab this. Thank you. And there's no checkpoint here, by the way. Thankfully, we can skip all these by some smart platforming. Oh, I needed a dash there. Alright. There we go. That was a little bit better already. Thankfully. So we're gonna need to jump out of dream blocks here, but thankfully we have 2 dashes. This last part can be... You want to go faster, but it's recommended you take it slow. Alright. Ah. There's a neat little skip you can do if you don't hold left. Like if I manage to grab the wall here, because then I can do that, but I missed it. Can skip that right side by going up here. I need 1 dash. There we go. Alright, that was a lot better. For this sub area was done quite fast, if I do say so myself. So that was good. Alright. Chapter 3 section. Always somehow makes it worse than the previous chapter 3 sub area. I don't know how they keep doing it. I can actually... Yeah, we can skip this. Okay. There we go. This area especially. Like, this is just... all the circles of hell reimagined. thankfully having 2 dashes does solve that issue a lot. This is also one of the most disliked rooms of the entire chapter. But thankfully got it first try. There's those you need to have a good cycle pattern for that, or a good strat. Chapter 4 returns, which means more wind, more bubbles, and more annoyances, such as that one. What was that? That's so annoying. This wind is just barely not strong enough that if you hold against it, you stay still. So you have to constantly tap left, tap right to stay even. Which is why I probably dislike this part of the summit B the most. Yeah, actually I dislike this part for sure the most. This one as well is kind of annoying. Thankfully we got that first try. That's just really slow. Alright, and we're in the final part. Where again the wind is just not strong enough that I can hold left a direction the entire time to counteract it. So you see me wiggle a bit here. That's because I'm trying to tap to counteract it. Which, if you didn't know, it's really annoying. Thankfully we made it through. Alright, core. Okay. Thankfully this isn't too bad. Unless I'm bad, of course. Okay, this section is also quite annoying. Ah, I slid off like a nooblet. You can do that. I should have kept my dash. Kind of forgot what I was supposed to do here. Alright. There we go. Okay, one more room to go. Oh, I needed the dash there. Of course you do. That's so annoying actually that you get sent right into it. So I have to dash an extra time. I kinda saw that one coming. So yeah, you have to dash into this again. There we go. Oh boy. I don't like where this is going. There we go. Alright, onto the final section of Summit, the 3000. We have 20 flags instead of 30 this time. But that doesn't mean they're less brutal. I thought you could make that. I can't. Okay, in that case I'll just go to flag 19. Alright, let's actually get my dash back. So we're in a section with downdraft wind right now, because we didn't see that before, because we obviously we didn't do that part in the A side. So yeah, gravity is basically increased here. Damn it, I needed the other spring. And now we'll probably go to the updraft section, where there is lowered gravity, which means we're floaty as F, one might say. And here will be the cloud. So this cloud over here, the next one, this one is known as the cloud, because the jump you have to make with this is super tight. Because you have to go all the way left. Like, and you have to be almost like on the furthest left pixel is what it feels like. Probably a little bit more than the furthest left, but you get what I mean. And this cloud is really annoying for a lot of runners, which is why I call it the cloud. The cloud of death, if you will. What? Now we float all the way down to a spring, and we cleared the cloud. So here we have to just leave the clouds before they launch us up. And here's some stamina management. So this is just all wall jumps. Nice. And there's more of this stamina management coming up in Flag 9. That was weird. We can actually skip that cloud if you're good at the game. So yeah, Summit B-side is really rough and hard. You know, so if... Okay, what the fudge was that? So it requires a lot of concentration. There we go. So this is probably a good moment to look at donations and stuff. Okay, so here the game teaches us about wall bounces. So wall bounces are now actually required to complete the level, as you can see right here. So the game teaches us about them here, which is pretty cool, you know. Like that speed tech like that is actually taught. Okay, this shouldn't be hard. Thank you. So more wall bounces here. We don't make it. Alright, so wall bounce here. Into another one. And now we're in flag 2. We can skip this wall bounce by doing extended hyper. Ain't nobody got time for that. As we're almost at the end of this part, we have another annoying cloud here. Super annoying. Like, it's not like annoying in the kind of let's see, finicky or okay, that cloud is annoying. It's just that it's hard because it's just too tight, you know? It's just too precise sometimes, is what it feels like. Alright, I almost did something not so smart there. And we have to do another wall bounce here. And we made it to flag 1. Oh, you think that's the end? Nah, 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 nah. This isn't the end yet. We still have one more section to do for this B-side. The tape room. And this is a really annoying cycle, I'll tell you. Alright. Ooh, first try. Let's go. Alright. So that's 7B. Again, isn't as long as you think it is. It's just hard and you can get stuck on rooms for multiple deaths, which extends your time by a whole bunch. As you see, 94 deaths. That's just way too much. But now we need to do the epilogue in order to unlock the core. So 288 deaths already. That's too much, honestly. But yeah, into the core. So the core. Let me say. You actually need hearts to unlock the core. But one thing you'll notice about the main gimmick of the core, as you can see here, is that you do not regain your dash when you touch the ground. Instead, you only regain them from screen transitions or dash refresh crystals. There we go. But the thing is, we can dash through one of these crystals and basically have 3 dashes that way. Okay, I didn't get it, so I have to wait for this. So welcome in the core, where there's a theme of fire and ice. What you saw there was a lava block, one of the more hated parts of the core, and we can actually skip. If I do this right, we can have to skip going to the right and making those ice. And in ice, those fireballs are actually jumpable platforms, which disappear when you jump on them. So we're gonna turn it to ice now. You can see the different mechanics. So these the bumpers actually turn into normal bumpers that you can use, and the fireballs turn into jumpable platforms. The walls turn into conveyor belts if they're fire, and these ice platforms turn into lava blocks. And the reason why lava blocks are kind of annoying is that the way they send you is highly dependent on where on the block you grab them. So as you could see there, I grabbed the lava block too low, so it didn't send me up enough. And that's kind of the frustrating parts. You see, I got sent really high there because of the lava block. So now we're gonna turn it to ice. We can jump on these bad boys. So that's core. You only have a set amount of dashes in each section. Annoying bumper. Oh, I needed a dash. Whoops. You only have a set amount of dashes, and you keep switching the theme between fire and ice. I feel like I needed to change it to fire there. Like this. And grab that barrier for swag. So if you hold jump, you actually gain more height from these ice platforms. So that's a good thing to have. So these conveyor belts, if you grab onto them, you get sent up. But as you saw me do there, you can constantly let go of grab. What the? You can constantly let go of grab. In order to not get sent up by the conveyors. So now there is a fire down below chasing us down. So we have to be a little bit faster and not be bad at the video game. What the hell? Okay, that was really... That was my oops. So I'm not good at core yet. By any stretch of the imagination. There we go. So now we're gonna have to change it to ice and do the same thing. What? That was really weird. There we go. Okay. And you sometimes are forced to change the hot-cold because there is then either an ice barrier or firewall barrier in the way. And then that's only solved by changing the hot-cold respectively. So if we can keep our dash here by doing a nice wall jump, which allows us to skip that part on the right, some optimization, more lava blocks. Accidentally got the barrier out, but we don't need the berries. As there's actually berries in core A. I forgot a faster route there. Oh well. So I'm just holding A here to go. We need it to be fire. Actually needed to be fire there. I'm not sure how they do that. I need to wait for the next one. Yeah. Well, isn't that annoying? I didn't hold jump there, so I didn't make it to the each next of them. There we go. Alright. So you might think we're stuck here, but no. Now we have a new gimmick in core. Where I think I need to keep a dash here for efficiency. So let's keep a dash. Yeah. So now the lava and the ice are going up and down, and every time we change the temperature as you were, they're going to reverse direction. No! Okay, we're good. Woo! That was close. So there is a way to do something with the lava blocks here. Okay, I think that was the way. Just do the normal way. Just more platforming. And more spikes that are conveniently placed such that you have to avoid them in a clever way. Oh, and also, something I didn't mention yet. In ice, the floor is actually slippery. That's something I noticed here. So yeah, the floor is also slippery because, you know, ice. That's how ice works. That's really awkward that I just slightly bumped the corner there with my feather. That means I wasn't able to make it. Again. Now we're making it. Okay, cool. Ah, ziggity zaggity. Okay. No, I jumped too low. God. I'll wait a cycle here. And there's the cassette tape. So now we're at the end of core. Here we have our dashes back again, so I'm gonna do as many ultras as I can. And get the heart. So the heart isn't hidden in core, it's just at the very end. So yeah, onto another chapter which is really slow for me personally, which is core B. One of the more like dividing chapters. Like there's many people who either, you know, there isn't really an in-between for core B. You either really like it or you really don't. And I'm on the no thank you very much side. It's just difficult. That's one. So that's a good challenge. But sometimes due to the nature of bumpers and lava blocks, it feels unfair to some. Let's see how we do. So yeah, I'm probably going to do things as intended most of the time. As for this level, that's already hard enough. Okay, that was really clean. Got the very upper part of the lava block there. Alright, so far so good. So dash management is also really important here. So I was forced to use that one there. So I want to keep that dash until it's absolutely necessary. Which in this case it isn't. So stamina management section here. I thought I had the wall for some reason. Interesting. Oh. So in that last part you don't want to grab onto the wall just yet. What? That's just... Oh, and that one crumbled right before I jumped. Yeah, this is an annoying room already. You couldn't tell. Because you have to be quick to make it through that gap. Alright, so here are some of your favorite bumpers. Because you have to keep your dash. You have to keep both dashes here actually. You have to take these bumpers. But not get an accidental bumper boost where you get more speed off the bumper than you would think. And you get that by holding the other direction. Like, so say a bumper is bumping me to the right. If I would hold right at that moment, this would happen where you get a bumper boost. Well, actually go twice the distance of a normal bumper bounce. I'm not gonna make it. So yeah, and once again, because these bumpers wiggle a bit in place, their position is ever so slightly changed, and that can actually throw you off, which can be really annoying. Alright, so at the first checkpoint, more annoyances with lava blocks. We have to navigate through some fire here. Made it. Right. More bumpers, because who likes bumpers? Can use neutrals here to not trigger the block, so we can get across. So another, you have to bounce on these head sections. Another bouncy section, if you will. No, I misdashed. That went so well, actually. There we go. Another room with really tight dashes. Because otherwise that happens. So I'm using neutrals here to conserve a dash. So I can skip one conveyor belt here. Or I could even skip both the conveyors on that side. Wait a minute. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. No, you need both dashes. Never mind. I'm just being a dummy again. Yeah, you need to jump off and get the momentum that way. Like this. Oh, I don't know how I barely get clipped there twice in a row. Well, the 2 times that I got there, of course. So yeah, this category is one of the hardest. Together with 100% of course, and all chapters, just because yeah, these B-sides can be brutal. I actually need that. Actually, and I needed to jump. Neutrals to save it? Okay, we made it. Whew, ran out of stamina there. Okay, so there is a cycle for this that you can get. And I needed my dash there. So let's not use our dash. Yep. I needed to spam grab there in order to not die. Again, same thing. It's kind of annoying because I feel like that's the only way to do it. Ah, barely mistimed it. Just waited a millisecond longer almost, and then I would have gotten that. Alright. Again, core B is, it being the last B side, it's automatically the most difficult. Because everyone expects you to do it in order, which, due to the nature of us unlocking the next level, we ended up doing. So this is that last jump is really infuriating. So just hope we're not I can, you know, clean this up with some solid practice. There we go. Alright, so now this room. This room is also one of the most annoying, in my opinion. Because what you need to do... First of all, you need to navigate these balls of deathliness. And then, the real kicker being... you have to turn it to ice and then bounce on all these heads. And get your dash back. So you have to time this well. Get the crystal. And then make it to the end. Alright, made it. Cool. That's another checkpoint. Where it has to be fire, and where the lava blocks come back again. Where you have to be really precise with their positioning again. See, if you're just like ever so slightly too low, it just messes you up so much, and it's honestly it's really frustrating because it's so because every little deviation in your pixel positioning matters. Okay, that was the idea of this room. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was kind of cheap. Because you don't make it if you don't do diagonal dashes there. That's too bad. There we go. Just need a little bit more patience. What? How did I miss the crystal there? That was interesting. So another rough room where I have to dash up left there, because just this is the parts where you could see where practice really pays off a lot in time. Because then you would do these rooms in just a few tries, and then that saves so much time. Alright, we're almost there. So now this is a nice part where you get to see every mechanic return, just for one little subsection. From every chapter until the end. But so now we're in the second part where we have to be doing this, and that was a mistake. Yep, that was totally as planned. And that end part is really tough if you go just ever slow. Ah, no. What? Yeah, and this is also why people don't really like bumpers, by the way. Just pointing that out. Jeez. There we go. Alright. That was weird. I didn't want to jump on them. There we go, I had to hold on. Okay, we're almost at the end actually. Believe it or not. Oh, and also in ice you can't grab on the walls. They become slippery. That was the thing I didn't mention yet. I need to wait longer for that to go by. Right. So you need a one dash at least here. Like this, and this should be the end. Yep. Oh, damn it. So there's some cool skips you can do here if you know how to extend your dashes. I barely didn't make it. So I want to try to show that off. Because the screen actually wraps in this section. What? Where did the dash go? Thought I had more than one. I misused my dashes again. Like this. And there we go. That's core B. So now that we're done with core B, we unlock all the C sides. So before we're done, we actually still have to do all the C sides. And we also have golden strawberries, but that's why there's the all red berry category is named all red berries, because you have golden strawberries. So the thing about core B and core C, you actually need all other hearts to unlock them. So in order to play core C, we need all other hearts. So yeah, welcome to C sides. The real brutal levels. However, these are usually less brutal than B sides, because these are only 3 screens long, always. So there's 3 screens, but they're like, you know, if there were kitty gloves before, these have gone off a long time ago. Alright, final screen of 1C. I could just wall jump there to be safe, but and that's 1C. And so each room just has like the final test of all the sides. So it's really cool. So what you can actually do with dream blocks, if you hold the other direction and grab, you can immediately cling on to the other side. So there is a strat here where you do this. Alright, and we're in the final room already. Once again, jumping out of dream blocks is vital here. And we have to hold on here. Nice. So far, really good C-sides. Really good C-sides so far. And on to the next one. So yeah, this one is one of the more annoying ones. Actually, just gonna do the vanilla way, because for safety, you can actually do a nice skip here if you go down. Okay, to do it in the other one. You have to do it when the thing is up. There we go. So this section is brutal. And the funny part, in this section you actually have to jump on his head to make it. Oh no, I went up too early. That was actually the end. This part is hard. I knew that timing was gonna happen as soon as I saw it. Dang it. I want to do wall bounce there. So yeah, at the end you have to jump on Oshiro's head in order to make it. Just gonna wait. Whoops, that wasn't too smart. But at least whenever you miss, you can, unless you die to him, of course, you can make it back. Damn it. The slowdown that actually happens right before he passes you actually got me there. Again, the slowdown got me again. Ugh. No, I knew it. I knew I was gonna bonk. Alright. No, that was so close. Come on, I wanna... We can sub 2 hour this for sure, if I don't mess up, but I'm messing up a lot. How did I not grab a wall there? Interesting. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this run here. No, come on. So again, just restated. I'm planning on improving this category a whole lot. More than you saw here, of course. As the world record is 1 hour and 3 minutes in game time. So there's a lot of time to be gained here. Missed the bounce. No! How then? Oh man. This level doesn't like me right now. Okay. Sit down, Oshiro. Duck. Okay, now we're gonna do it. What? Okay, that was that I did not expect that to happen. That's kind of annoying, honestly. Dang it, Oshiro. Alright, now this is the one. I actually had it. There we go. That's an easier way to not having to jump on his head for the second time, but I kept messing it up. So that's too bad. Alright, 22. That's a lot of deaths. Alright, on to 4C. This one is a bit more doable. The gimmick here is that bubbles actually put you in a dash state, so you can wall bounce off of them. As you can see here. You can actually wall bounce out of the bubble. Alright, this one. I don't like this room personally. I'll have that be known right now. What was that? Because those spikes are really annoying. Thank goodness. Okay. Alright, so this is a good case where, this is a good example where it's smart to not press dash to let the bubbles go immediately, but instead take your time. Those need to go diagonal. Oh man. Alright. There we go. That's better. On to 5C, as we're almost done with the run. But yeah, the biggest time save for me is still all the B sides, basically. Like, apart from, I can actually look right now. Apart from, yeah, 2B was slow. Apart from 5B and 2B, everything has been kind of slow for B sides. Because you can do those in 40 minutes, if you're good. Alright, so here we're gonna need to be using some more wall bounces on these dash blocks. There we go. This room is quite fun because it's easy. Another wall bounce there. What? That was weird. Aw. I think I need to make those neutral wall bounces. Yeah. That was also an interesting one. So, if you're holding right on a wall bounce, you actually go further right. Instead of not holding left or right by just holding up. I think you need to hold up here all the entire time to make it. Alright. Better. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, so 3 more B-sides to go. And 2 of the and they're all the hardest 3, as you would expect for, you know, being later in the levels. Hey, yeah, more bumpers. I heard you like wall bounces, because you're forced to use them with these bumpers. That one in particular is the most annoying. There we go. So we have a bumper section, a falling down section with feathers. Which is quite tricky to navigate. There we go. And the last part, the hardest part. There is a way to skip all of this in a faster way, but I'm just gonna do it the intended way. Just get this left. Let me see. I forgot what you had to do with the cabin after that. I think you have to get him down. Yeah, you have to get him down. I see now. Okay, okay. I sort of forgot. I thought it was on the side of the cabin. This is really annoying. Oh no, I remember. You have to do this, and then this. And catch up to him here. Wow! That was annoying. And there's someone at my door, but I can't answer right now. Of course. Alright, almost there. What was I doing? Okay, that was a bit not so smart. I need to not jump, I need to not dash immediately when I have the crystal, dang it. Alright, there we go. Let's get it this time. There. So there's a checkpoint here actually. Thankfully. There we go. Yeah, I'll check that later. But first we're gonna finish this run. So that's basically all hearts. This can go much shorter than this again. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more and to improve myself. So I hope at least see the appeal of going through the seasides, as I think many have seen any percent already, but not many of them have actually seen the seasides unless the B and C sides, unless they played themselves. So I also think it's a really nice showcase of what the game has to offer. So 7C is kind of annoying and is known for the last room, which we are right now, which is one of the hardest singular rooms in the game for sure. Like, no questions asked. Because we're not gonna see any solid ground until we get the heart right now. Shite. That actually went really well for the first time. 7C. What? Come again? And that's 7C. There's a grandma there, but... Alright, did 7C. One more C side to go. We just passed 2 hours. So, I will mention in the description that I'm expecting this time to go down by a whole lot. But I'll put the estimate at the estimate for this run, which would be 2 hours 10 minutes as estimate to be safe. But I'll mention that that should go down to around 130 or 140. Alright, so here the game actually teaches us about hyperdashing, interestingly enough. In the very last level you get to learn the speed tech that we're using in the entire game. Kind of interesting if you ask me. And that jump brings back your favorite lava blocks, and that jump is annoying. Okay, got it. Alright, last room of the game. There was something that was in my left ear that just... okay. This one is the second hardest room in the game. Next together with the one from 7C. So this one and the one in 7C are the hardest by far. Like the hardest single rooms in the game. No questions asked. It's not even close. Just because of their sheer length. For me personally, this one wins over 7C because of mostly the bumpers. Yeah, mostly the bumpers. Alright. Again, we don't get our dash back here because we're in the core. So this is, you have very limited options in what you want to do. In this case, it's just doing it. Well, that's annoying. I lost stamina somehow. And to cap it off, this is at the very end of the run. You have to do this level last because of the heart requirement. And this is just so demoralizing if this doesn't go well, like in the first few attempts. Also, if you're still here watching, I commend you for sticking through it. Not many people do that. Okay. I waited. I should have waited longer there. That can also happen. That was actually the very end. We were at the end there. Which is annoying. Because that just can get to you, but I'm not allowing it to get to me. We do need it to be ice here. Weirdly enough. So yeah, there is a faster strat to do this start, but I think just surviving is way more important in this case. So I'm not doing that. Where's my jump? Anyone see where my jump went? Yeah. We're starting to get in the realm of frustration though. So let's hope this not continue like this. I think that's too low. Alright. Let's go. And that's the end. We did PB, but and that's all hearts. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope to improve this category a whole lot more than what it is right now. But it's gonna take a lot of B-side practice. Mostly B-side practice. And until I've gotten those to times that I would like, then we'll see how far I can get this category to go, personally. So, thanks for sticking around, and I hope to see you at ESA Winter. Let's show the time. So 400 devs. So I hope to see you at again at the ESA Winter. So later.